What's up, guys? I hate to be the bearer of bad news during these trying times where we just want things to get back to normal. We just want our pro wrestling back, man. And while we're all wrapped up in WrestleMania being completely altered, cutting it in half into two separate nights down at the Performance Center, taped. By the time you guys are watching this video right now, they're probably already taping night number 1 of WrestleMania. Night number 2 will be taped tomorrow, and then in a few weeks, they're going to play WrestleMania. Again, taped in front of no crowd. No fan in attendance. As if that isn't gut-wrenching enough, again, hate to pound some more onto your guys' plate, hate to send some more misery your way, but if you are looking ahead to, I don't know, the next pay-per-view, May 10th, from Baltimore, Maryland, Money in the Bank. Unfortunately, guys, the thumbnail that you see, that's legit. That's not just clickbait. It absolutely, as of now, looks like it's being rescheduled or even canceled. Doesn't look like the old man in Stamford, Connecticut is going to cancel anything. His stubbornness, his ego will not allow him to do such. But it does look like something is happening to Money in the Bank. Or not happening May 10th, I should say. And I say this because amidst a state of emergency in Maryland, more specifically Baltimore, Baltimore Mayor Bernard Young's staff has informed Vince McMahon to start looking into alternative plans. That was the exact wording that I received. Now again, let me reiterate, this is not from Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore where Money in the Bank is originally scheduled to take place. This is Bernard Young's staff. Again, the mayor of Baltimore. We don't know which staff member. We don't know if it was the mayor himself. But that's telling. I mean, you would think the Royal Farms Arena would be told by the mayor's staff. Royal Farms would then notify Vince McMahon that it's not looking good. The word that I received, and I got some people in the know down in Orlando. You guys who've been veteran subscribers, you know that. All those times that I'm always right, whether it's the next day, the next week, or a month later, and you guys are like, BC, you were right again. I can't take full credit. I do have some very knowledgeable people, much more knowledgeable in the pro wrestling world down in Orlando, that kind of tip me off. So I always have a little bit of direction before I make these videos. I'm not going to lie. I can't take full credit for always being right. And one of those very reputable sources for me, that is the exact statement he gave me. We don't know which staff member. We don't know if it was Bernard Young himself. Maybe he's just buddies with Vince McMahon and tipped him off. Possible. But that's telling that it's not Royal Farms Arena, that it's Bernard Young's staff. But again, the word that I got is Bernard Young's staff has informed Vince McMahon to start looking into alternative plans for May 10th's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I know that's looking ahead, but we're all wrapped up in mania, and we're kind of living in false pretenses. We're all thinking subconsciously that after Mania, and after all that BS is aside, we can get back to business as usual. But not so fast, guys. I'm just telling you what we're hearing. Now, hopefully that changes. Hopefully this thing around the world, this wabaka that's taking the nation, hopefully we can get this under control much sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, statistically, numbers-wise, top physicians in the US and around the world, they're saying it is going to get much worse before it gets better. But we're hoping that's not the case. We're hoping that May 10th, WWE Money in the Bank is at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore in front of thousands of fans. That's the hope. But I don't bullshit you on this channel, guys. That's the word going to Vince McMahon. I'm just letting you guys know that even May 10th in Baltimore for Money in the Bank, that's not looking good right now. And I can't even tell you they're going to hold it at the Performance Center, because tomorrow night, the Performance Center, along with all of Orlando, goes into a lockdown of sorts. Facilities like the Performance Center being totally shut down. And I wanted to show you guys real quick. We'll come right back to me in a few minutes, I promise. But I wanted to show you guys the arena map over on Ticketmaster in terms of ticket sales. Just to show you guys kind of, or at least get a clearer indication, even if the city of Baltimore allows Vince McMahon to put on Money in the Bank, is Vince McMahon going to be able to fill even half the arena? You guys see down here, all of this gray down below. That is what you would call hard cam. This is where the hard cam will be, right around here. Which means none of this is Vince McMahon or Kevin Dunn's concern. They can easily hide all of this out. Obviously, you want to fill all of this. In the Attitude Era, all of this was filled. But in today's day and age for WWE, more specifically, there's no way you're filling up half of that arena. But now you also see opposite of the entranceway, which is over here, obviously. The opposite, they're not even selling over here either. That is full gray. Whenever you see that, that means they're not even releasing them some bitches yet, because they're just trying to sell all of this in blue, because that's what's actually going to be shown on TV. So that's all they're concerned with. So my point is, even if you're able to sell all of this in blue, you have more than half the arena that is going to be empty. As of now, when tickets went on sale approximately, 10, 11 days ago? And this thing is coming up May 10th. So you say, oh, BC, plenty of time. But with today's Wabaka going around the world, a lot of people, even if Vince is able to put on this show, a lot of people are not going to want to go out to fill an arena this soon after. That's the problem. And I want to show you guys, this isn't just a couple of seats in all of these sections. I'm going to zoom in and show you how many seats are still up for grabs. You guys are going to be like, whoa, check this out. Look at that. All of that blue, guys, is actual seats that need to be sold. I mean, in some of these, it is complete sections. Look at this. That's basically the entire sections. Right here is doing pretty good because these are the people that are going to be on TV. Again, I told you guys, the hard cam will be over on this side. So all of these people will be fresh on TV. So that's why these sections are always going to go pretty quick. But everything else, good luck trying to sell all of these seats in the next few weeks. Because a lot of people are not going to want to go out during this Wabako or even right after. Even the floor seats, guys, I mean, these are usually sold out really quick, or at least the majority. For Baltimore, trust me, I know how Baltimore rolls. This is all up for grabs. So again, I just want to reiterate. Look at all that though, man. Man, you zoom in, you really realize how much work WWE has to do to try to sell this thing. But I want to go back out for a second just so you guys see again that once if they're able to even sell those tickets, all of this is going to be completely empty, and all of this side, guys. It's not uncommon to see all of this empty. It is uncommon to see all of that as well. And I don't think that they're going to put those tickets up for grabs, or at least not a lot of them, because they're really going to try to focus on all of this. And I just wanted to give you guys some insight on the black market as well, which is what I call sites like this, StubHub. Because everything that you saw in blue here on Ticketmaster is now purple here on StubHub. Those are all... See, this is where it gets tricky. This is why it's misleading, guys. Not only are all of these seats in blue still need to be sold, but even the seats that have already been sold, you see all the gray right here? All this gray, those are seats that have been sold. But those, a lot of them, are being resold on the black market. So even come May 10th, if Vince is allowed to put on this show, they still have to Basically, they have to sell the same ticket twice now. That's what I mean about being misleading. So even the seats that have been sold, at least half of them are now being resold. So it wasn't from actual people wanting to attend the event. That is my point. So that's why this is a bigger issue than many people even believe it to be. So yeah, Vince McMahon finds himself in a huge pickle, guys. And again, the Performance Center shuts down after tomorrow night. So you can't even, at least for the foreseeable future, hopefully this changes, we are still weeks away, but you can't even hold these events just at the Performance Center. This thing is being shut down tomorrow night. So you can even forget about Money in the Bank on May 10th, just in the near future. After they film the final WrestleMania Day 2 tomorrow night, that's it for filming around the United States for sure. No arena is letting Vince film. But now the PC is even saying, no more, that's enough. So where are they going to film content? Vince McMahon's backyard? Kevin Dunn's garage? Michael Cole's pool? After the Boneyard match, are you going to have a Marco Polo match? Michael Cole, special referee? I mean, come on, man. You talk about trying times. And if you ain't got talent, you ain't filming anything anyway. And that's what we're starting to see. Rey Mysterio and Dana Brooke have been taken off the WrestleMania card over concerns that they may have this wabaka that's going around the nation. Apparently, Dana Brooke was not feeling well. She's been tested for this wabaka. We're waiting on results. Rey Mysterio, same thing. With Mysterio, he was just wrestling last week at the PC. It takes a couple of weeks for symptoms to even appear in most people. If that's the case, Mysterio was there with this. You think that this is not highly contagious? It is. Same with Dana Brooke. She was in locker rooms. She was mingling with other superstars. You think this thing doesn't catch and spread around? I doubt very much. If Mysterio and Brooke do have this wabaka, don't think for 1 second other WWE superstars aren't going to come out and test positive for this. It's where we're at. Mysterio and Dana Brooke might just be the first of it in that locker room. We're hoping they don't have this, by the way. But this is a true story. Dana Brooke and Rey Mysterio are currently in isolation over concerns that they have this wabaka going around the world. That's a true story. Hopefully that is not the case. Because if it is the case, again, this is going to get much worse within the WWE locker room. Not just the world. But let's just narrow it down, make it more specific. WWE at that point is in trouble. And again, this is all coming off the heels of a top American physician for the White House, Deborah Birx. She says they're following the China and South Korea curve, which started to steady after 10 weeks out. But some areas of the U.S., like bigger cities, hit different spikes at different times. So it may take even longer for those cities like New York City, LA, Philadelphia, and, you guessed it, Baltimore. You'd be looking at the end of May earliest if that is a 10-week curve. Again, that's probably why Mayor Bernard Young's staff, or who knows, maybe Mayor Bernard Young himself, made sure to tell people like Vince McMahon, make alternative plans. You ain't coming here early May. If it is a 10-week curve, and in these cities even longer, New York, Philadelphia, LA, Baltimore, then you're looking at the end of May earliest. And again, a big reason why Money in the Bank would either have to be pushed back, totally rescheduled, or canceled. But we've seen that the old man doesn't like to cancel shit. It'll go on in my backyard. We're gonna hold Money in the Bank in Michael Cole's pool. Hey man, that actually could be interesting. With the way WWE's product has been the past several years, maybe Cole's pool would be the best location. New Jersey health official too. New Jersey obviously real close with Maryland, as is New York. I mean, New York's obviously farther, but when you start talking Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, Jersey, Delaware, I mean, that's kind of like our own little New England, right? New England's up there. They have New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, all that good stuff, Rhode Island. But New York, Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, we're kind of like our own little tight-knit group. And Jersey health official Judith Persicilli, I know I butchered that last name, but she's a top New Jersey health official. Judith says, I can fucking speak. Judith says, everyone will get it. This is a true quote. Top New Jersey health official. Everyone will get it. She says, I'm definitely gonna get it. We all are. I'm just waiting. That's not too optimistic, I know. But she's being honest. She's like, that's how highly contagious this is. That's how bad this is. The rate of getting it right now in the US is up to like 80%. That's astronomical. And that's the curve that they're trying to slow down. If people will stay inside, continue to wash your hands, stay away from other people, maybe that'll curve and that'll go drastically down. But at the rate that it's wabacking the world, they're saying it's 80% if people don't take action. So I'm just giving you guys some like top health officials in the Baltimore area and around. Just to give you guys some insight on why even May 10th isn't a secure time slot for WWE to return to pay-per-view or a big event. And this is why we're hearing that McMahon is being told you may want to check into other options because this probably isn't happening. And again, if the top American physician for the White House, Deborah Birx, is correct and that 10-week span for the spike up front is accurate, you're looking at end of May. There's no way around it. Older personnel has already started to stay home for WWE. Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, even Jerry Lawler, they were not part of SmackDown and Raw this past week. They stayed at home, not in Orlando. They, of course, are over that age that's in the kind of concerning zone. They're over that age limit, so they're staying home. That's good to see. I'm guessing Vince McMahon will absolutely be at the WrestleMania tapings today and tomorrow. Jerry Lawler, I already said him. He was obviously not there Monday. Jim Ross, his former commentator colleague. Jim Ross will not be, from what we're hearing, will not be at the AEW tapings tonight. It's going to be Cody and Tony Schiavone. We're hearing that Jim Ross will not be there. That could change. I mean, hop on a flight. Flights are still making their rounds. But the early word as of the making of this video, guys, is that Jim Ross is not scheduled to be there. Older talent, if you will, commentators or wrestlers, or backstage personnel for WWE and AEW, they're telling them to stay home. So that's already started as well. So that's what I have for you guys, man. Again, hopefully hopefully Money in the Bank is there May 10th at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, dude. Maybe I'll even show up. It's not that far from the city. To show my support and just give back to the economy. Not just WWE, but, pay a little bit of parking here. Go over to the local McDonald's. Go to their local Starbucks. All before the event takes place. Give the beer guy a nice tip. I love doing that. I love giving back to the economy. Not just, I don't like to give WWE my money, trust me. But maybe I will show up if they're able to put on an event, man, because I did not like to hear that, man. That he's already being now told that May is not even early enough. Speaking of money, I just put out one of my last videos, how Vince McMahon is in a huge financial collapse in 2020, with XFL halting their season, WrestleMania losing millions of dollars as well. And now it looks like Vince McMahon continues. This is the latest word. I just got this about 3 hours ago. Vince McMahon is now selling stock through Morgan Stanley. So millions more in stock is now being sold. Vince McMahon is cashing the fuck out. It's only a matter of time. If he can get this XFL really off the ground, goodbye WWE for Vince. He's going to sell it, or he's going to continue to run it into the ground where nobody even wants it. That's what happened to WCW. That's the only reason Vince McMahon was able to get WCW. Nobody else wanted it at that point. Eric Bischoff wanted to buy it, but they weren't willing to give him the TV rights. They were going to give him a library and the ring. And Bischoff is like, well, without the TV deal, I have nothing. And they're like, well, we ain't putting WCW on our TV. Those ratings already sank. This company's in the ground. So Bischoff was like, fuck it, I don't want it. So Vince McMahon bought it because of his ego. He wanted to say those words. I have WCW in the palm of my hand. You know? But it looks like he's just running this company into the ground. Even when he's ready to sell to Disney or whoever the fuck wants to buy it, who's going to want to at that time? You know, but he's shopping around. Look what he's doing now with ESPN. He's putting full WrestleManias on ESPN. The network right now is free for everyone. And I'm not just talking about like if you're a new signee to the network, you get it for a month. They're literally putting a bunch of content, full pay-per-views, on there for free for everybody right now. Not just for the month trial. Check it out. I'm being serious. WrestleManias and pay-per-views are now being put on ESPN for free. ESPN obviously is owned, that's with ABC, which is owned by Disney. So, I mean, WWE selling could be very imminent. I started that video just a few days ago, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're starting to see more and more things develop that say that McMahon's ready to jump off the ship before it totally sinks. Anyway, guys, you guys know, first and foremost, that I will absolutely keep an eye on this Money in the Bank situation. Hopefully this thing blows over. Hopefully this curve can take a downward spiral quickly. And hopefully the Royal Farms Arena on May 10th will be holding Money in the Bank. But as of now, it's not looking good. It looks like Vince McMahon needs to reschedule or cancel even Money in the Bank. Not just Mania. You talk about shit got real. It ain't getting any better, unfortunately. I hope you guys are staying safe and doing the right things. And hopefully we can kick this thing's ass much sooner rather than later. That's all of our hope, obviously. The Amplified Man, I'll see you guys tomorrow for AEW and NXT's review from tonight's episodes. Think, be, live amplified always. The Ant-Man, baby. Put 'em up. Check you later.